You're standing a few hundred meters from a wildfire when something strange starts happening. The flames begin to twist, smoke spins upward instead of just rising, and then the whole thing starts moving toward you. This isn't a wildfire anymore. It's becoming a fire tornado. At first, it almost doesn't look real. A spinning column of flame, smoke, ash, and burning debris climbing into the sky. It's the kind of thing you'd want to film. Then the wind hits you, and watching it stops being an option. You need to move. Now. So what actually happens if a fire tornado catches you? Could you survive it? It starts with heat you feel before you even see flame. On your face, your arms, exposed skin. You don't need to touch fire to get burned by it. Stand close enough to a wildfire and the radiant heat alone can injure you. Then the air itself starts changing. Hot air is rocketing upward off the fire, and cooler air rushes in along the ground to replace it. If that inflow starts rotating, the rising heat tightens the spin like a hand closing around it. That's the moment the fire starts spinning with the wind, instead of just burning inside it. This is how a fire whirl is born. Most stay small, a flickering, twisting curiosity. But under the right conditions, they can grow into something far bigger and far more dangerous. And right now, you're standing in this one's path. You start running. The smoke thickens fast. Within seconds, the world around you goes gray. You can't see more than a few meters ahead. Your eyes sting in water. Every breath feels a little worse than the last. Then something flies past your head. A burning branch, and that's your next problem. This fire tornado isn't just spinning flame, it's picking things up and throwing them. Leaves, branches, ash, chunks of wood, loose sheets of metal, embers still glowing. Anything light enough gets swept into the rotating column, and once it's moving fast enough, even something small can do real damage. Now you're running through smoke with debris cutting through the air around you. You glance back for half a second. Bad idea. That's all it takes to lose your bearings. The smoke has swallowed your landmark. You can no longer tell exactly where the main fire front is, and the spinning column is still closing the distance. Then the wind reaches you. At first, you can still push through it, but every step gets harder. Your clothes are being yanked sideways, dust and ash blasting into your face. You drop your head and keep moving, which raises the obvious question. Could a fire tornado actually lift you off the ground? A small fire whirl? Probably not. A powerful fire-generated vortex is a different animal entirely. Some rare wildfire events have produced winds strong enough to cause serious structural damage, and at that point, just staying on your feet gets difficult. You could be knocked down, thrown into debris, struck by something larger. And if you go down, getting back up in that much heat, smoke, and wind is its own fight. Somehow, you stay upright. The column moves past. For 1 second, you think you've made it. Then you look up. The sky is full of embers, hundreds of them, glowing, some already landing well beyond the main fire, which creates a new problem. The escape route you were counting on might be starting to burn, too. A wildfire doesn't stay politely behind you. Wind can carry burning material well ahead of the main flame front and ignite new fires from scratch. So now you've got fire behind you, smoke choking the air around you, and fresh flame appearing somewhere in front of you. Trivia time! Which is more dangerous, a normal fire whirl or a full fire-generated tornado? It's the fire-generated tornado. Most fire whirls are small and short-lived, but in rare cases, a wildfire can spin up a genuinely powerful vortex with destructive winds of its own. Back to you. The column is finally pulling away, the wind easing off. And this is exactly where people make a fatal mistake, assuming the danger has passed. It hasn't. The ground is still scorching. Debris is still falling. Smoke still blocks your view. And the wildfire itself hasn't stopped moving. You can't just walk into the area the vortex passed through and assume it's clear. The fire can shift direction without warning. A new pocket of flame can flare up. More embers can land ahead of you before you even notice. Now picture the worst version of this. The vortex passes directly over you. You drop low, cover your face. Dirt, ash, and debris are flying in every direction. You can barely see. You can barely breathe. Something heavy hits the ground near you, then another. The heat spikes again. At this point, you're not trying to outrun the fire tornado anymore. You're just trying to get through the next few seconds. So, could you survive being caught in one? Yes, but it depends on how powerful it is, how close you are to the flame front, what's flying through the air, and whether you can reach real cover in time. And even if the vortex misses you entirely, the wildfire underneath it is still the bigger threat. Extreme heat, smoke, flying embers, falling debris, wind that can shift in seconds. Any one of those can still kill you on its own. That's what makes a fire tornado so dangerous. You're never fighting just one threat. You're fighting several, all at once. And here's the part that's even stranger. A wildfire can grow so intense it starts changing the atmosphere above it. It can build its own storm clouds, generate violent winds, and in rare cases, even produce lightning. A wildfire creating its own weather. But that's a story for another What If Stickman.